Hi. I think I'm going. Yes, I am. I had my little meditate, take some deep breaths because I've been running around today. And then the camera fell off and it went into portrait mode. I didn't know how to get. So just a host of technical difficulties right off the bat. I don't know, maybe that has to do with something. I decided today that I would, because we get such sort of optimistic and cheerful videos over and over again. I mean, yeah, they're fraught, but they're really, I just find myself delighted by these readings. So just to challenge it a little bit, I was trying to figure out, do I read reversals? And I may do that occasionally now. I also have a deck that sort of has a shadow side and a light side. Might do that. But right now I'm doing something called the Tarot of the Abyss. And it's a deck I don't work with a whole lot because it's a dark deck. It works with shadow and the images are, all creepy, and so I just thought we'd see about that. And the quote that came out for me this morning doesn't really jibe well with that at all. The quote was, "Love is friendship that has caught fire." I just like that because there are, love is on a spectrum, like, well, isn't that the name of some series? But I mean in the sense that, everything is on a spectrum. Everything is. The idea of, this end and that end is just compartmentalizing, and it's bullshit. So here we go. We have the world. I actually kind of like this depiction on this card because it has the eye on the top and the baby on the bottom in a sort of infinity loop. And world has always struck me as a portal, and I mean the baby, recently on a deck I said that looks like the birth canal. Well, here it is. And it's that kind of change. And the eye on top looks to me like somebody looking through a keyhole. Like it's a peek into the next thing that's coming. Because world indicates the end of an old cycle. Temperance. Two major arcana right off the bat, meaning there's some hard-hitting energies here right off the bat. Temperance, you see the two vessels, which it has pretty much on every deck, that image of the blend. It's not this extreme or that extreme. It's the blend. And it also has to do with something happening over time. Temperance. Tempo, temperance, time. But it's a kind of alchemical mixture. And this has the two vessels, and this has the two segments of the eye and the baby. Wild. Okay, this is Three of Swords. This deck has two Three of Swordses, and this is by far my favorite, it's the better choice. The other one is more like the traditional heart pierced with swords. This is a guy, he's reading, he's studying. It has to do with sword energy as it expresses his knowledge. And it's kind of, his brains are exposed. I mean, in fact, it looks like they aren't exposed. It looks empty. But there are these birds flying out of it. And there are birds sort of on one side, and I know it's too dinky for you guys to see, but up here are birds, and then below are letters coming off the page. thoughts taking flight. But the birds are emerging from his head and kind of blending with the letters coming up from the book. I just think that's a more interesting read, there's the book, than, the broken heart. 5 of Cups, well, there's a broken heart. This is sadness. This is, missing somebody or something. Even perhaps from an earlier time, in that temperance sense. But it would also suggest that with temperance right next to the world, it's now time for this major change. This thing is getting ready to be birthed. It just is. And it has something to do with figuring it out. The interface between your brain and the book, between letters and ideas. And that whole question of symbolic, how does that even work? Where you look at a bunch of squiggles and it says apple, and right away you're picturing the apple. You can't eat it, but that's a pretty amazing. Okay, more sword energy. Page of Swords. This is the new idea. This is a wonderful Page of Swords. Often pages are immature energies. Well, she doesn't look immature to me. She looks, she's focused on the star. Like, a light bulb moment, kind of. King of Swords. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of air here. King of Swords, the most mature expression of sword energy. Well, so's the Queen, but the King is sort of in the masculine, active principle of that clear thought, speech, etc. And this is somebody who takes that ability and uses it. Queen of Swords does too, but she's just as likely to tell you to, take a hike. She'll tell anybody to, step back. Knight of Pentacles. This is, that slow-moving energy here. He's walking the horse. He's slow walking it. Do you get, he's not even riding the horse. The horse is tired. Actually, the horse doesn't look that tired. But whatever the case, the guy's leading it. He's not riding it. They're moseying. They're slow. Somebody's slow walking it. And for all this sword energy, that's surprising. The swords are fast. And looking at this temperance, I have to be reminded of the Two of Cups, which is the same idea. It's a Two of Cups would be this sort of daily blend of balance. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. Which in this, Pentacles are growth and time. And here we have the old hand and the youthful hand. And the old hand has got the roots, the root system. And Rue is over there making mischief. The younger hand reaching out for it has the tree, it's tree of life sort of, because 10 of Pentacles is about, incarnate life, where we eat the hamburger or not. That's a bit, there's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I'm not that familiar with, but a friend of mine who kind of, that's their Bible. There's a line in it about, essentially life sucks, but life on this planet sucks, but it's the only place you can get a good hamburger. And I think that's just, speaks to the, the only place you can eat the peach. This is our chance to interact in that very, not the symbolic way of reading the thing, but it's being able to not read the word apple, but actually eat it. Actually eat it. So Knight of Pentacles, this slow walking energy, right next to Ten of Pentacles, abundance, growth, family, time, legacy. And right above it is this Five of Cups, which sort of begs the question, what happened? Because all of the other ones are, you know, and it could be, Five of Cups is sort of, you know, grieving. And then this could be like coming to an understanding, because it's sword energy, you know, that brings you into balance. It could also be the balance, the blend of sort of learning about things, curiosity, willing to learn, willing to work the symbols, willing to attend. And maybe the blend also will inevitably include grief along the way. Grief. But there's some Page of Swords new idea on the part of this guy, I would venture to say, because he's King of Swords. And he's sending out some kind of message, you know, pretty quickly now, but it's been a long time coming, whatever it is. It's come slow. You know, you usually get off and walk the horse when the horse is tired. He has a key around his neck. I'm not sure what that signifies, that the man does. But whatever the King of Swords has figured out or is ready to say is, I'm coming in slowly, but kind of for the long haul, for the long game. Serious investment, serious time, serious growth. You know, kind of for the rest of our lives kind of energy. Ace of Swords. This is an air sign reading. And that doesn't mean specific to Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But it does mean it's to do with communication, perhaps above everything. Clear thinking, understanding. The nothing here says I'm befuddled. You know, even this guy who has the wide open head and the book and the sword, who might be considered befuddled, he doesn't look befuddled to me. He looks peaceful. He looks like he's gaining understanding. And it's not like it's being pumped into his head, you know. There's an interface. You know, his mind is open to whatever information he's getting in. And here it is. Ace of Swords, new beginning. In that same energy. And, you know, the world, while it indicates wrapping up a cycle, can be, it's also the birth, the new beginning. Hot diggity dog. I mean, I'm going to stop it there. I've been trying to sort of make these a bit shorter. I'm also, as it happens, I've got to go make a phone call with a very good friend of mine. And that's this. That's this. That's talking to the people who matter. Like, don't wait too long. You know, this communicative energy, and you can slow walk it. And you may have to. But don't run out of gas on this one, because this is important. Whatever this communication is, it's a game changer, the world. It leads to a very good place, albeit very slowly. It's taken a long time for this clarity to come, for this communication to open up. And during that time, there was a lot of this. To be out of communication with the people you love, or to be in a terrible confusion just internally. The only thing that indicates it's two people here is we get the two hands. We get the cups blending it. You know, so there is a sense of a synthesis of two things. And it's sort of about time, you know. Because you don't want, you know, it's precious. Moment to moment, to be there moment to moment is how it doesn't slip through your fingers. And by connecting, by communicating, you know, body language, whatever it is, semaphores, you know, like smoke signals. Talk to your peeps. I'll be back with an extended. Thank you very much. If you want to care to follow me there, okay? I'll work on having a link.